Alright, Schlockmeisters fans, we're going to watch something called The Strange Vengeance of Rosalie. Let's watch. Alright, it's a little dark. Our movie starts with Bonnie Bedelia. She is burying a body, which we're going to find out later is her grandfather. And I guess she's burying him with a chicken. We come to find out a little later on that this is her grandfather. She lives with her grandfather out in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. Cut away now. That same girl, Rosalie, she's in a car with Ken Howard.
Chicago.
It's a hell of a long way.
She apparently went into town.
How long did it take you?
And hitched a ride afterwards.
How long you figure it took?
She's not telling the truth to him, though.
Hitchhiker?
At a gas station, they have a run-in with this guy. His name is Fry, played by Anthony Zerbe. That is our cast for this film, these three people.
What the hell did he do that for? What does he raise here?
Anyway, he drives 6 miles off the road to the ranch where she lives.
Peppers.
But she's still telling him that she's coming to meet her grandfather here. She hasn't seen him in years. She's basically luring him here. Anyway, his good deed done, he decides to leave.
Hey, why are you so aggravated?
I'm tired. Can't keep my eyes open. I'm going to have to drive all night if I'm going to get to L.A. in time to catch my plane.
Anyway, she doesn't want him to go, and it appears that she sabotaged his car. He now has a flat tire. So he can't leave.
You're damn right I will.
He sleeps in his car all night. Next morning,
Don't you try nothing funny.
Oh, come on. Put that stupid thing away.
she admits the truth.
I live here.
Okay, Rosalie, let's have the whole story. Where's your grandpa?
You're standing up. You kidding me?
She doesn't want him to go.
When I,
She's a minor, by the way.
town, I'll see the police. They'll send somebody out to take care of it. They're nice guys.
So he's about to leave.
Where's the towel?
She broke his leg.
I had to do it. I lost you.
You're crazy.
I'd like to clear a patch of ground for potatoes.
She's insistent that he stays. She has big plans for the two of them.
You know how much green potatoes cost?
Apparently her grandpa had something.
Did you hear what I said?
Thought you wasn't talking to me.
There's no sense in us both being childish.
It's kind of funny. You asking about the gold.
Yes, grandpa had some gold.
Makes you like fly.
You stupid dumbass! The pain is killing me. You stand there grinning like some kind of a half-wit. Why don't you poke my eyes out? Or how about yanking out my teeth and making a necklace? That's what you squaws do with your victims, isn't it? That's what you are. You're an ignorant little half-breed Indian squaw. My God, all that crap about being lonely and needing help. You crap, the first guy comes along, you smash his leg with an axe. The hell with his job, to hell with all the people out there worried sick about him. I'm sorry, I was a little harsh on you just
Anyway, she's going to go into town.
Why don't you get yourself a brand new dress?
He really wants her to bring back a doctor, or anybody, really. After he leaves, he tries to leave on a burro. But busted.
Yeah, trash! Don't grin like that again, I'll kill you!
Then that guy Fry shows up.
You was getting a lot better last time I seen you. You shouldn't mess with kids. I didn't touch it.
Fry wants gold.
Come on. What are you waiting for?
I can't just leave. Bell wouldn't want that. Not until he knew his gold was in safe hands.
There it is. How many times you have to tell you, you stupid ape?
He ransacks the home looking for this gold. She refused to give it up where it is. Of course, we don't know if she even really knows.
I sure hope that leg of yours is knitting real good.
He tries to get Fry out of there by saying, hey, go to my car, get a briefcase. Apparently, he's in the jewel business.
Safety. As soon as my leg was fixed, we were going to go into town and sell it.
Then you just dump her and have yourself a real good time.
Turns out those jewels are
Somebody sells the best line of
fakes.
costume jewelry in the business. I'd let you have all of it if I'd known you wanted them. Don't you understand? They're worthless. They're fake.
This other guy on a motorcycle comes by and Virgil's trying to flag him down for help, but Rosalie won't allow it.
The Jefferson place. He took the wrong turn off.
Hey! Hey, you! Hey!
Come here! He's wearing himself out. I told him he's sick in the head.
Anyway, she left with that guy for a while. When she comes back, Virgil is gone. But it didn't get far. She's really developing an attachment for him. Anyway, while she was in the town, she used his money to buy a bikini.
Now hurry up. Put your dress on and hurry.
Too bad you don't.
He's trying to pretend they're a couple now.
Swimming pool in the backyard. You like it there?
You heard what I said.
She also brought a air pump back with
What?
her.
You don't love me.
Fry returns.
Got a jewelry store new right off. Just a couple of salesmen shows around. Figured to rob somebody. You sure pulled a good one there, didn't you?
Make a look, Fry.
Rosalie, don't listen to him.
He's still pining for that gold.
Where's the gold?
If I go with you, what happens to him?
You tell me where the gold is, kid, and I'll take you to the bathroom and kiss him goodnight.
Don't tell him! I told you to shut up! Bitch.
Anyway, she has a plan now. She told him where the gold was.
And look, I don't want you to go away with it.
I gotta go. It's the only way to save you.
See, I'm gonna make out that I'm going with him. But then as soon as I get a chance, I'll give him the slip and I'll come back and get you.
There's Grandpa. But Rosalie wasn't lying. The gold was buried with Grandpa. Anyway, after Rosalie leaves with Fry, he grabs the tire pump, pumps it up, and takes off. And he's happy as hell. But as he's driving off, look who he spots on the side of the road. But
Wait for you.
where's Fry?
Come on, as far as you know, I'm still back at the cabin. Where's Fry?
I killed him.
She wasn't joking.
I do it. Go back to the ranch. You don't take me back to the ranch, I'll kill you.
I stopped here to help you.
When he tries to leave, she attacks.
What's the matter, miss?
So Rosalie runs the road and flags down a couple of cops.
Are you all right? Don't be afraid. We're here to help you.
The cops see Virgil and Fry laying on the ground.
He did it. He killed him. He killed my boyfriend.
All right, let's talk about Strange Vengeance of Rosalie. I'm coming to you from a car today. I started the car because it's like 0 degrees outside, so we'll let it warm up a little bit, so it'll start for me later. Anyway, this is a movie that I saw when I was a kid. I saw it like late night TV sometime. I didn't remember what the name of it was, or I don't even know if I knew what the name of it was at the time. But it always stuck with me. I remember the movie. The only thing I remembered about it was, I remember the plot, but I remember that Ken Howard was in it. I knew Ken Howard from the TV show The White Shadow, so that's how I always remember this. And then in the early 2000s, maybe 2002, 3 or so, I decided to look up what that movie was. Thankfully, IMDb was around at that time, so I could look it up. And I was able to figure out it's this movie. Then I wanted to track it down, and I discovered it's not available on VHS, DVD, nothing. So I had to go to the, the bootleg community, and sure enough, eventually I was able to track the film down. And now I've tracked down a DVD-R of it as well. Homemade box art, which was made by me, actually. So anyway, the movie, it's about Ken Howard. He's traveling through New Mexico, and he picks up this hitchhiker who's played by Bonnie Bedelia. She plays Rosalie, and she kind of cons him into taking her to where her grandpa is supposed to allegedly live. Well, what he doesn't know is grandpa's already dead. She lives there by himself, and she's just basically lonely. She wants somebody. She's just a kid. I don't know if she's like 16 or so. So he takes her there, and then she doesn't want him to leave. She takes the air out of his tire, and then when he's trying to leave at one other point, she smashes his leg with an axe, the backside of it, breaks it, and then he's kind of stuck there, kind of like the movie Misery years later. We have this other guy, Anthony Zerbe, who plays Fry. He comes by at some point. He's just some kind of scumbucket as well. He knows that Grandpa had some gold, and he wants to know where the gold is. And Rosalie allegedly knows, although she claims she doesn't, but eventually she does reveal it. The gold was actually buried with Grandpa. So eventually Ken Howard is able to escape. He gets up to the road. Actually, he gets a pump and pumps up his air tire, and then he gets out in his car and takes off. And then while he's driving down the road, he comes across Rosalie sitting by the side of the road, and of course he ends up stopping because he ended up kind of liking her a little bit, feeling sorry for her and such. And then she says, well, I killed Fry, and then I don't know what to do now. He sees the body, and then she still doesn't want him to leave. So she attacks him. He falls in this little crevice. He's fine, though. And then she goes up to the road to flag down some police. The police are going, what's going on? What's the problem? And then she turns around and says, he killed my boyfriend, alleging that Ken Howard killed Fry. And that's how our movie ends. Now, I have to believe that with a little bit of investigation, Ken Howard would have been absolved of anything, and they would have known that this girl kidnapped him. But who knows? It's kind of a creepy ending to the film. So anyway, I like this movie. It's decent. It's a little long. It's like an hour and 47 minutes. Bonnie Bedelia has a couple of brief nude scenes in this movie. She was like 24, I think, at the time, and she went on to do the Die Hard movies. She was John McClane's wife in those movies. But anyway, if you look hard enough, you can track this movie down yourself. Maybe it's streaming somewhere too, I don't know, but it's kind of fun, little relic to watch. Why it was never released on home video, I have no idea, but it's a pretty decent film. So anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. It's called The Strange Vengeance of Rosalie, featuring a cast of 3. Not bad. Watch it. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. We'll talk. Bye.